Hello, my beautiful people. Hello, my great people. This is Coach Millie. I'm a life and a transformational coach. I'm based in South Africa, Johannesburg. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel. So, I come here on YouTube and speak about my life's journey and what has brought me to this point that I am currently. And hopefully, my story will help to transform somebody else's life. That is the ultimate goal, ultimately. So, today I am going to be talking about a very, very controversial subject, divorce. Yes, I'm going to be talking about divorce. Well, I've been married for, I think, because in South Africa, we actually get married traditionally, and then we get married, at the court of law or at a church. So the process of me getting into a marriage traditionally started in 2012. So that must be it's 9 years. So I've been with my husband for over, that period of time. I think going for 12 years now. So the reason why I'm going to speak about divorce is because we have different views, and I think traditionally, especially in the church, because I'm a very spiritual person, but I come from a Christian background, which is the foundation of who I am really. I am not disputing any of the Christian teachings. Actually, they have made me to be the person that I am today. I'm so grateful for all of the life lessons that I've learned, because they've shaped the woman that I am. So it was very taboo for a woman to be divorced, back in the day, even in our culture as a black child. When you get married, you even like Bati ngesiZulu bayagiyala. When they do that, it's a process where you actually sit with your elders and they talk to you about marriage, and they tell you that you do not come back at home. So you can imagine, women have been subjected to so much patriarchy, abuse, and all of those things. So when people actually get married, it means that they have to go and suffer and stay in those marriages and get abused, and they don't get out of the situations. Some of them actually even die because they don't want to go back home, because that's what they've been told. So they tell you ukuthi begezela. It's an expression in isiZulu, which means you have to be persistent. You have to be strong and withstand whatever challenges that the marriage is going to bring. Of course, I think that makes sense. Obviously marriages comes with challenges, but I think what is meant, what makes sense to me rather, is that yes, you're supposed to stay in a marriage when you have challenges, but we're talking about challenges where I am not being abused by my partner, or I am not feeling in any way that I'm losing a part of myself. Then that's okay. If our challenges are finances or whatever it may be that we are faced with at that given point, so people just stay for everything, cheating, husband, everything. So let's go back to the topic at hand. Why am I talking about divorce? It's because I nearly got to a point where we actually agreed to divorce, my husband and I, because things were just not working out. And okay, there was a lot that happened, and it's things that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. Subscribe to my channel. I've got some juicy stuff to share with you, and it didn't get to that point. Thank God we have reconciled. We are building a marriage. Everything is just so beautiful, and I'm so grateful to God. Now, what was the turning point? What was the turning point? The turning point, I think we were so fortunate, because the both of us during the separation, obviously he went his way and I went mine. And I think at some point, that is when I found a moment of solitude, when I found a space where I could actually be on my own. Because when I look back, I was a mother at a very young age. I was a teenage mother. So when I look back, there was never a point in my life where I did not have a partner, you know. So I think I was running away from myself. I didn't want to be alone. So during the separation was the only time whereby I actually had to not be in a committed relationship. I would literally be on my own. So that is when I actually got to go deep within myself, to find myself and know the kind of person that I am, because for the longest time I think I did not understand who I was. I didn't know what I liked. I didn't know what I loved. You know, I just wanted that the feeling to be secured and be in a relationship and be loved. And I didn't care about what is it that I wanted as an individual, as a person. So, because God works in mysterious ways, when we separated, that was the opportunity for me to actually find myself. And what I have come to realize is that a lot, you know, I've contributed so much to the breaking up of my marriage. I was blaming my husband for everything, for all what he has done wrong, and you name it. But when I got to spend time with myself, I actually, got to realize that I contributed immensely to the breakup. You know, I had so many expectations. I was trying to change him. I wanted to do certain things. I wanted not to be himself. I wanted him to be what I wanted him to be. I couldn't accept him for the person that he was. You know, and the reason why I was doing that is because I was at war with myself. I was not at peace with myself. I couldn't accept myself. Remember, what you actually display on your in your outer world is actually what is going on in your inner world. So if you have too much conflict going on internally, that will come out on the outside, and you will wonder why you have so much turmoil going on in your life. It's because you are not at peace with yourself. So once you find that peace within yourself, once you start to love yourself, love and accept yourself, this is when things will start to change in your environment, because you are loving. And it's so much easier to love another person you love yourself. You know, you cannot love another when you don't love yourself. Once you start to forgive yourself, because we also need to forgive ourselves for all our past mistakes. You cannot forgive the other person. So I wouldn't even be forgiving. You know, I would tell myself that, okay, when my husband was doing something wrong, I have forgiven you. But I didn't forgive him. I had so many grudges I was holding against him, because I also had my own baggage. I also had my own issues that I haven't forgiven myself for. So I also couldn't forgive him. So I learned to forgive myself first. I always emphasize that everything starts with self. So it started with me. I walked the journey with myself, and I began to understand myself, and I started to deal with myself. I started to forgive myself. I started to deal with my inner child. You know, inner child needs nurturing. There's a lot of things that happen to you when you were young, you know, and that inner child is still sits in the inside of you. So now and then, you know, they will want to pop up and show you that, no, I need attention, and you wonder why you have a certain behavioral traits. It's because your inner child is crying out to you. They need nurturing, they need love, you know. And inner child is a subject for another day. I was just touching on that because in my healing journey, that is what I had to heal. Those are some of the things that the processes that I had to go through. So before you even get to a point where you decide that I'm going to divorce, I think it is very important maybe to first separate and try to find yourself. The only time where I would say, okay, you know, I have nothing more to say, it is when you are being abused physically and your life is in danger. That's a no-go zone. Then you need to pack your bags and leave. Otherwise, I strongly believe, even the people that are coming to me for my services, I always say that there is nothing that cannot be fixed. There is absolutely nothing that cannot be fixed. So God can restore your life. God can restore your marriage. It is very much possible. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Thank you for your time. Please remember to subscribe. Hit on the like button if you liked what I spoke about. And also remember to share with your family and friends. Until the next time, thank you so much once again. Goodbye.